Okay, in this video, I'm going to do a quick explanation of classes in JavaScript. This is going to be a practical application, not necessarily uh, I'm not going to be explaining too much of what classes are. But in short, a class is a template or a blueprint for data. So you can say let's say you have an object, and an object is something like this, where you have like a name, and my name is Tanner, and it describes one thing, right? So this is an object. I can say Tanner, age 33, and this is an object, and it describes me, right? So, but this is an instance of a person, and a class can be a blueprint that has like this basic template for describing whatever it is. The classic example is a house, right? And so I'm gonna use person. That's another really common example. So the way that we do these in JavaScript is, well, lots of languages will actually have a class keyword, and JavaScript has one now, but under the hood, vanilla JavaScript uses functions. So this is called a function, or a constructor function. Constructor function. And really the only difference between a regular function and a constructor function, the main thing here is that this function has a capital letter in the function name. So if I said like function person, this would just be a regular old function. And this is common across almost every programming language that I've seen. Classes have a capital letter. So say I'm going to have a class called person. So cool, this is a function. So like nothing really too different here. And what we do here is we pass in all of the properties that a person should have. Like let's say name, age, gender, hair color, let's say name, age, gender, hair color, favorite color. Let's just stop there. And so whenever we create a new person, all we have to do is we can invoke this person function, and we pass in all of this data. So instead of having to type out name, Tanner, age 33, gender, male, hair color, bald, whatever, I can just say person and then pass in all of the properties. Now, what I have to do with these parameters, right? So these are just parameters. I'm going to assign them to the internal this. So we're going to use the this keyword. Now, this in JavaScript is a tricky little word that can confuse a lot of people, but all it means is it's referring to the function itself. In JavaScript, every function, every object and function, because really functions are objects behind the scenes, but every object and function has its own this that refers to the object itself. So all I'm going to do is say this.name equals name. So we're saying that this internal name is equal to the name that was being passed in here. And I'm going to say this.age equals age, this.gender equals gender, psych. This.hair color equals hair color, and this.fave color equals fave color. Cool. So now we have this person class, and this is just the constructor, right? And I can use this function to create a new instance. So I can create lots of different people. I can create a Tanner, a Joey, a Billy, a Carl, a Betty, a Sue, whatever. So now I'm going to use this, and I'll say var Tanner equals, and what I have to do here, I have to use a special keyword that says that I am creating an instance of this person. Let's say new person. So see, I'm invoking person just like I would a function, but I'm using this keyword before it. And all that means is it's going to take all of these properties, and it's going to give it back to me as an object. And we'll see how that works. So I'm going to create a new Tanner instance, and I'm going to say Tanner Plauché, age. And now keep in mind that the parameter order is important. some languages you can move the order around, or you can label them, but in JavaScript they have to be in the same order. So it has to go name, age, gender, hair color, and so forth. So age, I'll just do capital M for male. Hair color, I'll say bald. And hair color, I'll say red. So now I've created a new instance of this class, of the person class, and it is Tanner. So I'm going to print that out. I'm just going to console log it out. And just console log Tanner. And I'll go in here, ls, clear that out, and I'm just going to use my console down here. I'm going to use node to run classes.js. And you can see that this says that this is an instance of person. That's why it has this here. And here is the object. So I'm going to do this again, and I'm going to create a new person. I'll say var, try to think of someone, let's say Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise equals a new person, and his name is Tom Cruise. Age, I think he's like 50 something, or at least. Male, brown hair color, and let's say that his favorite color is blue. Now I can do the same thing here, and now Tom Cruise is a variable that references an object, and you can see that now that I have this this constructor, this class, it's really easy for me to create new instances. So person Tanner, person Tom Cruise. Now here's what's really cool is I can add methods to this. You can say, I'm going to come in here and I'll say this dot introduce, and this is going to be a function. And whenever you have method, this is what a method is. It's a function that is attached to an object. So let's just run this. I've added this function here, introduce, and let's rerun this program, and you'll see now each of these objects down here has an introduce function, and this function can access this internal this. So let's do this. This introduce function is going to say, it's just going to console.log, typo, hello, my name is, and we're just going to add on this dot name plus period. And now, before I console log Tanner, I'll say Tanner.introduce. And it will use, Tanner will use its internal name to say, hello, my name is Tanner Bloche. Or I can do the same thing down here. Tom Cruise dot introduce. Run this again. Hello, my name is Tom Cruise. And so that's what a method is. A method is just a function that is attached to an object. This is a quick little introduction to classes. We can dive more into this later. And also, we can talk about the ES6 way of doing this.